In this video, I'm going to show you how to log into your account very quickly, and then I'm mostly going to show you the introduction to getting into your Pathways Basecamp. Okay, so if you're a new member and you have gotten your login information, just click on login, of course, and do the usual thing. Now, if you have not gotten a password, you haven't seen that yet, all you have to do is come to the login menu, put your email in that you signed up with, and then click forgot password. It's going to send it to you, and then you will be able to log in from there. Okay, so that's pretty standard. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log in myself. All right, so now I am logged in. Up here you see, welcome Melody. All right, now if you have not yet gone into Pathways, then you will have a few options. If you haven't yet figured out what path you want to do, then you can go to take the assessment. If you have already chosen your path, you go to Basecamp. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then go on to take the assessment, because this is going to help you choose which path to take out of the 10 optional paths that are available. Okay, so if you don't know what I mean, then just look around here, because the main thing I want to do is show how to work in Basecamp. So we're going to go under the Pathways menu and go to Basecamp. Sometimes it's a little bit slow and sometimes it's pretty fast. All right, so at this point, this is where you can actually choose your path if you haven't. Now, some of these things will be a little bit different on my account because right now I'm an officer. So for officers, certain officers anyway, I'm president, then you may see a little bit different, but overall it's going to be the same. Like right now, I don't think you would see another member or log in as Basecamp manager if you're not an officer or not certain officers. Okay, so if you're just choosing the path for yourself, then you just click on here and you're going to go to that and follow the instructions, which it just helps you choose. But the main thing we're going to do is go to access my path through Basecamp. Over here in the navigator, that's a little bit more of a training, but this is the most important thing. We're going to log in as, whoops, I just clicked Basecamp Manager, and that is not what I want. Those are some other things. I'm going to go back here and log in as a member. Now, you've got more training possible, navigating Basecamp, my education, my feedback, my badges, and speech evaluations. The main thing we want here, there's going to be a lot under my education transcript, but if you go there, that's going to give you a different window, which I don't want you to go to because it doesn't work like you're going to want. The main thing you're going to do to get started is go right down here to this selection of my education transcript. This is different than what you will see here. So just go straight here, my education transcript, and you will have to have chosen your first pathway to be able to see this. Now, I have a few things here that I could pick, but again, the most important thing is whatever the name of the main pathway you chose, then you're going to look for open curriculum. And mine is, the pathway I chose is leadership development. So I'm going to open curriculum. And this is what you're looking for. And the key is right here at the top is icebreaker. Now, when you get here, you'll also see over here levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what it's going to take to complete the entire level. So these are the various projects in level 1. And then in level 2, just to give you an idea, there are various other things related to the whole leadership development. And as you'll see, no buttons over here. One of the things about this program that is a little bit different than in the past is that you're not going to be able to see all the different manuals and projects until you complete the ones prior. So you only get to see maybe 1 or 2 ahead. All right, so we're going to go here. The main thing is we're going to click on launch. For most of you, you'll be looking for the icebreaker, so you'll come over here and click on launch. And it may take a little bit or it may not. Now, here I see exactly what I had seen before, and I'm like, where is the next window? This is one of the things that's a little bit funky about pathways. You have to figure out some of these problems. Okay, so I'm using Chrome, okay, and I'm wondering why it did not show me a window. And actually, so I've got to try something else. And I really don't know why these things are inconsistent. And that's actually not even what I want either. So I'm going to go back here. So thus far, I have clicked on the icebreaker link, which did not give me what I wanted. I clicked on launch, which did not give me what I wanted. I'm going to try to actually click on this drop down menu and click launch. Now see, when I tried this prior to recording this, it seemed to work a little bit differently, but this time it's given me what I was trying to get. So the reason I'm leaving this on here is to show you that sometimes these buttons do not work as you would hope. Okay, so again, I clicked on launch. Now let's say that like right now, I went back to show you and I click on it again. I may or may not see that little window that I wanted. Like right now, I don't see it. Sometimes what happens, I'm going to go down here to see other windows that are also open in Chrome and whatever Windows, whatever browser you're using, you might have multiple windows. And I actually see down here that the little window that I wanted, the pop-up window, was open, but it was behind. So what happens is if you click on this main screen and you try to open it again, it will not bring that little window on top. Okay, so I'm going to just do this one more time. I'm going to close out of here. I'm going to close this little window. So when you get here, the main thing you should do is go to Icebreaker. Don't click on that launch button, the big red one. Click on the drop down and go to launch, and hopefully it will bring up the little window. If it does not, then see if you have it open elsewhere in your browser. Okay, so here we are. This is the main window that we want, and these 5 different tabs are giving you what your evaluation means. You'll see this window says your evaluation. Now the key thing is that in this window you want print my project. This is the main thing that I would have wished that they would have put right over here on this little drop down that said print my project, but that's not how they did it. You're going to have to open the launch, and in that pop-up window over here under resources is print my project. You also will have your evaluation resource and your speech outline, but all of that is in the print my project document. As you'll see, once you get it open, you'll see one of 23 pages, and this is the main thing that you want, and then you'll download it. Now, for some people, it's like, isn't that overkill to have 23 pages or whatever it is? Well, not really, because what they're doing with Pathways is they're giving you more training on creating speeches. They're not just saying, go do this. They're actually telling you how to do it. So it also includes in here the evaluation form and the evaluation criteria. When you do your icebreaker speech or any of the speeches, you should print out the evaluation form and take it with you to the meeting to give to the person who will be evaluating you. Now also, you'll see in here that it helps you to create your speech, the speech outline worksheet, your main point, 3 points that is, conclusion. So it all guides you all along. So that's why it's 23 pages. It's got everything that you need, and it lays out techniques, all different kinds of things to really help you. So that's how you do it. Then let's say now I've done my evaluation. I've done my speech, and I want to come back here and I want to go to my evaluation and put in some notes. As you'll see, I clicked on that launch and it did not seem to work. And that is, I clicked on this launch in the drop down, but it still didn't seem to work. So that means that pop-up is hidden behind this window, and I have to find the other window that it's hiding with, or it's just another window that's open. So I have to click it to get it back on top. So here we are at the evaluation window. And I can use these numbers. All this does is just give you guidelines on what 1 through 5 means about your evaluation. So these are just resources and references. Once you've done your speech, this is not actually where you go to enter your evaluation information. So we'll close this window out. I'm going to cover just a couple more things, and that is that after you give your speech, then there's also a place for you to enter information about your evaluation. It is not this next project called Evaluation and Feedback. That's actually going to be your speech number 2. Okay, and you're going to do a couple of speeches for that. So it's not that, that's the next project. Instead, what you have to do is you have to go back to the home screen. Now, here's another funky thing. If I go up here and click on home, as you'll see, nothing happens. That's because when you click on these main menus, the main menu itself does nothing. It does not hyperlink. You have to click on the drop-down menu. These are things that I learned the hard way. It's like I just thought they weren't working, but that's how it works. Okay, so you're going to go back to the home screen of the Pathways Basecamp, and over here, speech evaluations, you're going to go in there to actually list some information or update your information on speeches. So let's just go over there real quick. Speech evaluation will be this, and then down here in the evaluation resources, you will find icebreaker. Where is it? Under the eyes, icebreaker. You're already registered for this training. Launch it. And this is where I can fill in my notes on how it went. Okay? So I put my name, the evaluator, and this is very good to keep track of. As you see, I have not entered mine yet, but I do have copies of my feedback, and I intend to do that. You excelled at, you want to work on to challenge yourself. Okay, and so you fill that out, and then it's going to be stored in your transcript. So one more time, I'm going to go back here home, down to that little drop down. We're back here at the Basecamp home. To go to speech evaluations, I go to this block. To go to my curriculum, I go here on open curriculum. To see the project, I'm going to do the drop down, go to launch, and then I'm going to make sure that my window is on top, and if I can't find it, I'm going to find it down here. Sorry, that phone call is going on in the background. And that's really what you need to know. Okay. Now, I'm sorry this wasn't like super smooth and what have you in terms of speaking, but I wanted to get this out, and I'm still kind of exploring it, but hopefully you'll find it helpful.